J.P.BBQ here, bringing you guys another video. I'm going to be smoking a brisket and smoking a picnic shoulder this weekend for my class come Monday morning, or actually for lunch. Got roughly almost a 15-pound brisket and almost around a maybe 8.5-pound picnic shoulder. Two good pieces of meat. Today I got to start getting it all seasoned up and get it ready for tomorrow's smoker. But besides that, you guys stay tuned. Here's the two pieces of meat I'm going to be smoking tomorrow. Just wanted to show you guys what I'm going to be seasoning it with. I don't use any famous brand seasoning. Not that there's not some good rubs out there, but you can find a lot of this stuff in your local grocer, and heck, you may have some of this stuff in your kitchen cabinet. But all we're using is a little bit of paprika, kosher salt, and pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and a little bit of onion powder. And the main ingredients here is obviously going to be the salt and the pepper, and the paprika is used just to give it some coloring, and the onion powder and garlic powder adds a little bit of flavor to it. But besides that, that's really about it. Don't add much more to it. That makes a good rub, good seasoning for your picnic shoulder, and comes out good flavor. Okay, you guys stay tuned. I'll show you guys what it looks like all seasoned up. Got the brisket and the picnic shoulder all seasoned up. That's what it looks like. Trimmed quite a bit of fat off of the brisket. The brisket does take a lot longer. There's a lot more work involved when you're cooking or smoking brisket, especially if it's got a lot of fat on the top. It's got a big, large fat cap. There is a lot of work involved in trimming the brisket, so it does take a little bit longer, especially over on the sides where you got to get in between the point and the flat. There's a certain part of fat that's called the decal. That's the fat that's in between both of those two pieces of muscle, and it does take a little bit of effort, but the reward is well worth the effort. Used the same seasoning on both of these things, and I'm going to put a little bit of tin foil over them and put them back in the refrigerator and pop them in the smoker tomorrow. Hey guys, just showing you what kind of chips I'm using for my my picnic shoulder. Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 Whiskey Barrel smoking chips. Probably one of my favorite chips for using on picnic shoulders. I mean, it just gives it a great flavor. I really love this Jack Daniel's smoking chips. As far as loading it up into the smoker, it's pretty easy. Once you take out this tube that goes into the side, you just load it up with some chips, just like this, and then what you would do is come around over here. Let me see if I can get this camera focused, and just insert it and you drop them in. Give it a little turn. Okay. But yeah, just Jack Daniel's is some good stuff for my brisket. Nothing goes better than the apple smoking chips. I really like this this brand, and just the flavor of apple that really goes good with brisket. But besides that, that's what we're using for wood as far as smoking, and it's the same process with our other smoker. We just come out over here and let me see if I can lighten this thing up a little bit. Not about it. Take it out and load up the chips in this chute and call it good. Here we go. We got the smokers out here fired up, and in this little one I got the picnic shoulder, and as you can see, the smoke is starting to come out. And picnic shoulder is inside looking pretty good and all smoky. Now the beef brisket, oh my goodness, this beef brisket has made some smoke. So got this sucker in there, and you can see the smoke coming out of it. So 10, 11 hours from now, we should be good to go. Okay, but besides that, you guys stay tuned. We'll take a look at what these beef brisket looks like. Hey guys, here we go. Got the brisket and the picnic shoulder already in the smoker. Got my remotes set up for wireless transmission on the temperature. Got the pork, as you can see right now. The internal temperature is 41 degrees, and I got it set for 165. 165 seems to be a good temperature in regards to when I'll go out there and then wrap it and then raise it up to 195 or maybe even 200 degrees. The same thing goes with the beef. The beef's internal temperature is 36 degrees. I got it set to 165 to go off, and once it hits 165, then I'll go out there and wrap it and bring it up to a temperature of 195. 195 seems to be almost the perfect temperature for beef brisket. Hey guys, our brisket went ahead and hit 165 internal temperature, so we're gonna go ahead and take it out and get it wrapped up and go ahead and put it back in the smoker. Let me show you guys how we do that. Okay, here's our brisket. Took it out and gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And it's just a double layer. Let me take this meat probe out and we'll put this probe back in just a little bit. And we'll put this meat probe right back in, right about the same spot. And pop it back into the smoker and bring it up to 200. There's our temperature probe. Went ahead and put it back in, and we stuck the temperature probe now in port number 2. So port number 2 is set for 195. And as you can see right now, the internal temperature of the brisket has already reached 167. So from this point on, it's just a matter of time now, letting it get up to 195. We really don't want to get any higher than 195. To me, there is such a thing that of the meat getting too tender. 195 seems to be almost the perfect temperature for slicing brisket. If you want pulled brisket, take it up to 200, 205. But I like my brisket sliced. But anyway, we're gonna keep watching this for the next few hours. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing with the picnic shoulder, but the only difference we're gonna do now is we're gonna add some of our Heinz barbecue sauce, Texas bold and spicy. Pretty good barbecue sauce. Really like this. Adds an additional flavor to your picnic shoulder, especially if you're gonna use it for pulled pork. Okay. Okay, here's what our picnic shoulder looks like, all um, barbecued up. And now we're going to wrap it, put it back in the smoker, and bring it up to 200 degrees. And that's it. Put our temperature probe back in it, bring it up to 200 degrees, and we're good to go. See you guys in a little bit. And there she is, already wrapped up. Got the temperature probe put back in. Going to bring the picnic shoulder up to 200 degrees. Got it put into the port number 2, and as you can see, it's already gone up a couple degrees, 167 degrees internal temperature. Hey guys, barbecue turned out really good and huge success with the students, and not much was left. I had to fight them off for a little bit, for it. Let me show you what it looks like. Hey guys, wanted to show you guys what the food turned out like. Obviously, we had pulled pork and brisket, coleslaw on a bun. We had an additional item, which was macaroni and cheese with bacon bits. Surprisingly, mac and cheese is a very popular item, and people just like mac and cheese. So That got gone. But anyway, the pulled pork infused with the Jack Daniel's whiskey infused smoking chips, just I mean you can't go wrong with that. I mean what a great combination, pulled pork with the Jack Daniel's wood chips. If you've never tried it, really highly recommend it. To try it. Just a great tasting flavor. We had the brisket as well, smoked with the apple chips. Just another great combination. Also, just the apple infused into the meat just adds that extra flavor to it. But anyway, the pulled pork with the brisket. These are two great combinations. You can't go wrong feeding a crowd of people with this. Everybody's gonna like it. And but besides that, I had a good time doing this. Hope you guys like my video. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.